Welcome back to the Week 4 recap and Week 5 predictions of Inside the Huddle. And this week, it was a pretty interesting week as we opened up with the Dolphins and the Bengals. Joe Burrow looked good, passing the ball. Mixon had a touchdown, finally got in the end zone, and the receivers for the Bengals did pretty good as well.
On the other hand, the Dolphins had a pretty interesting game. Tua got taken out pretty early with an injury. We're still not sure how he'll be doing. We know he won't be back this week, but Teddy Bridgewater still did pretty good. I mean, he could definitely be good while Tua's out.
Yeah, I mean, Tua clearly had no idea what was going on in Cincinnati. I mean, he really just got annihilated. He took that hit and he just didn't know how people roll in Cincinnati and how that's just what we like to do to our opposing quarterbacks. But on the other hand, T. Higgins put up the really good performance. I mean, 7 catches for 9 targets, 124 yards, and that's really all we got for this game. The next game we watched was the Vikings versus the Saints, and we've been talking about the Justin Jefferson show lately. We saw that this game. Justin Jefferson, I mean, he worked Kirk Cousins. I mean, he hauled in 10 of his 12 catchable targets, 147 yards, and first 5 first downs. So, yeah.
The Vikings ended up getting the dub in London as Justin Jefferson, rushing touchdown at the end of the game, basically secured them the win.
All right, the next game was the Seahawks versus the Lions. Unfortunately, the Lions lost, but both teams looked pretty good. It was 48-45. Geno Smith looked really good that game. So did Jared Goff, but I mean, unfortunately, the Lions couldn't really win.
Yeah, it was a very close game. I mean, 48-45. It's not very often you see those close games with still very high scores. And it was really just back to back. I mean, Geno Smith, I mean, he played with less vitality. I mean, he made 2 big time throws and no turning worthy plays. But that performance should give him an A.
Yeah. I mean, as a Lions fan, I'm excited in our offense as TJ Hawkinson went full Hawkinson. But we might have the worst defense in the NFL, and that's about it. So next we have the Steelers playing the Jets. Jets score 14 in the fourth quarter, kind of shut down the Steelers. And, I mean, just put it simple, like I said last week, Steelers suck. It's that simple.
Yeah, I mean, really, the Steelers really couldn't do anything. The Jets have a pretty good team. Zach Wilson was doing really good. So, yeah.
Yeah, Zach Wilson, I mean, his return from the preseason knee injury, but he still did pretty good. I got to give him credit for that, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he came back from an ACL tear. He looked pretty spectacular out there. Next we have Giants and the Bears. And, I mean, I know for a fact I doubted Saquon Barkley, saying he's always injured. Clearly, that was not the case. Saquon Barkley's back, and he could very well be the best running back in the NFL. He's leading the Giants to a 3-1 season where they look pretty good.
Yeah, the Giants are looking pretty good this season. This win, 20-12 against the Bears. I mean, it was a pretty good win. The Bears aren't that good, but I mean, the Bears still put up against the Giants, so we'll see how the Bears season goes.
Yeah, the Giants are looking very good this season. Already starting off 3-1, but on the Bears, Justin Fields, he did really good. 174 yards, even though he had 0 touchdowns. I still got to give credit to Justin Fields.
Next we have Titans, Colts. Looked like a battle of the running backs, as I wasn't really loving Derrick Henry too much, but I mean, he proved me wrong. He had a great game today or Sunday, and I mean, he proved me wrong. So I guess Derrick Henry's something to look at. Jonathan Taylor, not so much.
Yeah, I mean, just to put it simply, the Colts, I mean, they're really bad this season. They're not doing too well. And, I mean, while the Titans don't have the best season either, the Titans just put up better numbers against the Colts this game.
Then we have Chargers played Houston. Houston almost came back. I was really kind of hoping they would come back. I don't really see much from the Chargers this year. Hoping Houston would get their first win, but they didn't. Davis Mills, he looked okay. Damian Pierce really was a stud. How about the Michigan man, Nico Collins, having a good game?
To put it simply, the Texans are the worst team in the league. Not a win yet, and they're still. I don't think they're on track for a win anytime soon. The Chargers, on the other hand, coming out of the season, I was expecting big things from them, but I mean with this win, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with the Texans being the worst team in the league. I feel like they're just, they played really good teams. And, yeah, like the Chargers. The Chargers are a good team. I'm joking. I mean, I'm not joking. But like.
Then we have the Browns playing the Falcons. This one, I watched it, went back and forth. Kind of a crazy game. Nick Chubb looked good on the ground, but the Browns' running defense just was getting absolutely annihilated. I mean, their defense was trash. The freaking Falcons didn't even Cordero Patterson, and they had just some rookies out there making the Browns' defense look like a freaking piece of garbage. The Browns' running defense couldn't even stop a nosebleed. That's how bad they are.
Yeah, I mean, coming into the season, I was really hoping for some good things from the Browns. But, I mean, for the last couple of games, they haven't been doing too well. They've gotten lost. And, I mean, the Falcons' second win. The Falcons, I mean, they're an all right team. I don't see anything too big coming out of them. But, I mean, it was a field goal game, so.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Chubb actually did look pretty good. I mean, there's really no surprise. I feel like with that big a leg. I mean, the dude could squat 610 pounds, but like, he's just a really strong guy that doesn't skip leg day. But yeah, Falcons came out on top. So
now we have the Commanders playing the Cowboys. Cowboys took the dub here. I mean, Cooper Rush continues to show why he's that guy. Ezekiel Elliott looked like a clown out there. CeeDee Lamb did pretty good. And, I mean, Commanders, they're just kind of a joke. They're just trash. 1-3. What a bum of a franchise.
I mean, at this point, Cooper Rush is doing better than Dak Prescott, so I think we might have to keep him in permanently. But, yeah, Cooper Rush did really good this game. The Commanders, I mean, really, they're not doing too well either. A lot of the teams this season, I mean, there's a clear cut between good teams and bad teams this season. It's been more clear than previous seasons.
Yeah, Cooper Rush is really just showing Washington what football is. Yeah. The Commanders outscored them on yards total, 297 to 279. But Dallas still came out on top. So, yeah.
Then we had the Jaguars playing the Eagles. Came down to the end. It looked like Jacksonville was going to take a big win. In the first quarter, they had 14, and then 20 unanswered from the Eagles. Just an absolute bludgeoning in the second quarter. Jalen Hurts just looked like he looked like he didn't know what he was doing. He had a pick. I mean, he was just bad, but, I mean, it was rainy, and Miles Sanders really stole the show.
Yeah, I mean, I watched this game, and I was really thinking, what are the Eagles doing right now? The Eagles are still an undefeated team, and I was really thinking, are you really going to let yourself lose to the Jaguars? But they came back. 20 unanswered was really, just defeating for the Jaguars.
Trevor Lawrence and his long hair, I mean, he went 11 for 23, 174 yards. Not a very bad game, but a pretty bad game because it wasn't enough to put up against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Bills played the Ravens. And this one was a comeback win for the Bills. They were down at one point, I'm pretty sure 20-3, and they came back. So, I mean, if you're still out there doubting the Bills and Josh Allen, you just need to get it together because Josh Allen and the Bills, they're legit in the AFC. They're probably one of the only teams that can take out the Chiefs. And, I mean, they're just going to be a threat.
Yeah, I mean, the Bills overall are a pretty good team. It was a pretty good matchup here, the Ravens and the Bills, but I mean, Bills are just a good team. Like Ryan said, Josh Allen is a really good quarterback, so I mean, it was hard for the Ravens to put up against it.
Yeah, this was a really close game. I mean, I had wait, hold on. Yeah, Josh Allen, man. I mean, he is really good, putting up 213 yards, which in the end meant the Bills win.
Cardinals playing the Panthers. Kyler Murray came alive at the end of the game. Finally see something from him. I don't even know why James Conner is on a team. He had 15 carries for 55 yards. That's just absolute trash. And I mean, I have no idea how Zach Ertz is still performing. I mean, when he was freaking drafted, there were dinosaurs roaming the earth. He's so bad. He's so old and wrinkly like a raisin.
Yeah, speaking of raisins, I mean, raisin starts with R, and Cardinals' third letter is R. So, the Arizona Cardinals came out on top.
All right, the next game was the Raiders versus the Broncos, and man, the Raiders won their first game of the season, 32-23 against the Broncos. I mean, this one was it was kind of like a toss-up. Both teams really haven't been doing that well, so it was kind of a toss-up call. But the Broncos did have the better record going into this game, and the Raiders came out on top.
Yeah, I mean, even though Russ did have an okay game, it seems like the trade that the Broncos made with the Falcons for the Broncos every day just keeps getting worse and worse because it's not really panning out for them. I mean, the Raiders are just bad. Derek Carr is trash. Can't even throw a touchdown. I mean, how are you that bad when you have Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller? It's a joke. It's bad. It's bad. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, the Broncos, I didn't really feel like that anyone thought the Broncos could compete with the Raiders, but during this game, they definitely had a chance. It was a really terrible, horrible, astonishing game. I hope it's...
All right, the next game after that was the Packers versus the Patriots, and man, can I say that the Packers beat the Patriots. I mean, overall, the Patriots just are not good ever since Tom Brady left with a 1-3 season so far. Packers have a 3-1 season. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he did pretty good this game. He had 251 yards, 2 touchdowns. And this game went into overtime, and the Packers won with a field goal. So,
yeah, I mean, what went into OT? Packers getting the game-winning field goal. I mean, Bailey Zapp, that guy's like, he's a bum. He's not actually. You know what? He's a bum right now. He can be something, but he's just used to a cakewalk schedule at his college. And I mean, did I miss the meeting where Bill Belichick couldn't coach football? Like, what happened? Is he just unable to coach football now? I don't get it. What happened to them on the other side? Rodgers, he's the bad man. What can I say? Discount double check as he threw for double TDs. He's really just nasty.
Yeah, the duo of Damian Harris and Stevenson put up the Patriots offense on their back Sunday. I mean, they combined to gain 152 yards on 32 carries, with 105 of those coming after contact. Even a little threat of the passing game. I mean, the backs continually found success.
and the next game was the Chiefs versus the Bucs. And, I mean, this was a Super Bowl rematch, but the Chiefs came out on top 41-31. Even though I hate to say it, Patrick Mahomes did have the better game.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the Bucs right now, they just, even with Mike Evans back, I just don't think that they can beat big teams like the Chiefs all the time. But, I mean, if they played again, it could be closer. It's just kind of Patrick Mahomes right now. He's just looking unstoppable. And he might be the best quarterback in the league, passing up Josh Allen. But maybe if this was a playoffs, it'd be a different story with playoff Brady. But in the end, Bucs offense just couldn't keep up with the Chiefs.
Yeah, Tom Brady is most definitely washed. I mean, we were talking about that spin cycle when you put it on medium normal level with eco heat on. I mean, Travis Kelce did really good. I mean, I feel like normally you're supposed to pick like a running back when it comes to fantasy football first round drafts, but Travis Kelce might be a option because he's good.
And then Monday night, we had the Rams and the Niners, and what a bum of a game this was. This was just like what happened to the Rams?
I know, I was expecting more from the Rams this game, but I mean, they really did not put up any fight really against the Niners. They didn't even score a touchdown. They just had 3 field goals. So I mean, really, it wasn't really even like a competition for the Niners. They didn't score any touchdowns, so it wasn't really even a chance.
Now, moving on to the Week 5 predictions. We start out with the Colts playing the Broncos. And in this one, I'm going to take the Colts, and I think the Broncos offense is going to continue to struggle.
I think I'm going to take the Broncos because, you know, we got a new quarterback this year, but he's doing pretty good so far. So, Broncos.
I'm going to take the Colts. The Broncos haven't been doing too well the last couple games. And the Colts have been really coming back lately, so I'm going to take the Colts.
Yeah, definitely Colts. I feel like expect big numbers from Michael Pittman Jr. He's just going to really show the Broncos what football is.
I forgot to tell, but we got a special guest on the show again, Big Nate, giving us some of his predictions. And next we got the Giants playing the Packers. I'm going to take the Giants. I think they've been doing good this year, and I don't know if the Packers – I just don't know if they're going to be able to do good.
I'm going to go with the Packers because last week the Giants were not doing good. You know, Saquon Barkley had to play like 7 different positions, so we're going with Packers.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Packers as well. I don't know what Ryan's thinking, but I don't think the Giants will be able to compete with the Packers.
I do know what Ryan's thinking. I'm going Giants. I mean, already being 3-1, I feel like they're going to make that 4-1 and just, I mean, continue to have high energy throughout the season. They've never really been this good, but now they're this good.
Next, we got the Lions playing the Patriots. I feel like this one's going to be a close game with the Lions' defense continuing to struggle, but I think their offense is going to put up a lot of points this game. And I think this one might go to OT, but I think I'm going to have the Lions winning in a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a close game for the first half, and after that, the Patriots are just going to pull out and take the dub.
I think that the Lions are going to win this one. Honestly, even with the struggling defense, I don't think the Patriots will be able to compete with the Lions' offense. So I'm going to take the Lions. I agree with Ryan, though. I think this one might go into overtime.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really close game, but ultimately the Lions are going to come out on top. I mean, expect big numbers from Amon St. Brown. He's going to just really annihilate through the Patriots' defense like a saw going through a tree.
Then we have the Chargers playing the Browns. I mean, we saw the Browns' run defense get absolutely shredded. I think that Austin Eckler is just going to put on a show against the Browns, and they're going to get the dub.
Yeah, I would agree. The Chargers are just going to pull it out right now. They've been having a pretty good season so far, so Chargers.
I'm going to take the Chargers here as well. I think that the Browns just won't be able to go against the Chargers offense, so I'm going to take Chargers here.
Yeah, definitely Chargers. Not much to it. They're just really going to destroy them.
Texans and Jaguars. To put it simple, the Texans are the worst team in the league. As much as I want them to get a win, I just don't think they're going to, and the Jaguars are getting the dub.
Yeah, I agree. The Jaguars have actually been doing pretty good this year. Having a great season. Texans, not so much. So we're going Jaguars.
Yeah, to put it simply, the Texans still don't have a win yet. They're easily the worst team in the league. The Jaguars haven't been doing too great, but they've been having a better season than normal, so I'm going to take the Jaguars.
Yeah, for sure, Jaguars. I mean,
Then we got Falcons playing the Buccaneers. I'm going to take the Bucs on this one. Kind of an easier matchup than what they've had to do against teams like the Chiefs and the Packers, but I think they're going to get back on track with the win here.
I'm gonna go with the Bucs because I got Mike Evans on my fantasy team. He's a dog, so Bucs are winning.
I think this one's going to be a close game, but I'm going to take the Bucs as well. The Falcons coming off of a win against the Browns. They might put up some bigger numbers, but I think the Bucs will win.
yeah, the Bucs are gonna win. I mean, Tom Brady he's actually gonna turn it on this game. He had the off switch for the past 4 games, and that's gonna come on.
Then we have the Steelers playing the Bills. AFC matchup, but it's not going to look like an AFC matchup. It's going to look like a baby versus the Incredible Hulk, because it's going to be an absolute bludgeoning. The Bills are going to – it's going to be a massacre. Steelers are getting destroyed.
Yeah, I totally agree. Steelers suck. Bills are gonna win.
Yeah, I agree. The Bills are going to win. I just don't really think there's any question about it.
Yeah, I have to agree with all three of you. I mean, the Bills are the best team in the league, and the Steelers are not the best team in the league. So, yeah, plain and simple. That math adds up. The Bills are going to win.
Then we have the Dolphins playing the Jets. I mean, home game for the Jets. I think the easy choice is the Dolphins, but without Tua, I don't know if their offense is going to be as good, but they got a good backup quarterback. I mean, I just don't know. I'm going to take the Jets on this one. I mean, Zach Wilson came back, had a big game, so I'm taking the Jets.
I think this one's gonna be a close game, but Teddy Two Gloves, he's gonna pull it out and take the dub.
I think this one will be a close game. I'm going to take the Dolphins. I think Teddy Bridgewater, I think we got to have faith in him. I'm going to take the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm actually going to take the Jets. I don't feel like Teddy Bridgewater is going to have that rocket to throw to Tyreek Hill after he's all the way down the field in the first second. So, yeah, definitely Jets.
And then we got the Bears and the Vikings. I mean, the Bears can just never win NFC North matchups, and it's going to continue. I don't know if Jay Jefferson is going to do as good because it seems like he has a little 3-week cycle that he likes to go through. I mean, he might have a good day, but it doesn't matter because the Vikings are still going to get the win.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go with the Vikings. Bears, not too good. I mean, they have a good quarterback, Justin Fields, but they're just not good. So Vikings on top.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Vikings. I've been rooting for the Bears the last couple of games, but, I mean, they just haven't really been doing too well. So I'm going to take the Vikings on this one.
Yeah, Justin Fields has not been doing too good on the Bears, and I feel like you said Justin Jefferson likes to run through a 3-week cycle, but he's going to turn that 3-week cycle into a 1-week cycle this week and really just soar through the Bears defense like some fruit ninja types. Something.
Then we have the Titans playing the Commanders. I think after what we saw Derrick Henry do last week, he's going to come alive again in the run game and beat the Commanders.
Let's be honest. Derrick Henry is a dog. Titans are winning.
Commanders really honestly suck, so I don't think there's any question. I think it's going to be Titans.
Yeah, Derrick Henry is washed. So, Commanders.
Then we got the Seahawks playing the Saints. I'm gonna take the Seahawks because, I mean, Geno Smith, he's just that guy. He's actually crazy, and he's gonna keep being crazy. They don't even need Russ anymore. Geno Smith, he's a top 10 quarterback right now.
This might be a little biased, but Seahawks on top because they are my favorite team by far. Geno Smith is a dog, and he's got a bunch of the best receivers in the whole world. He's got DK Metcalf, he's got Tyler Lockett. Seahawks are winning.
I'm going to have to take the Seahawks on this one. I don't particularly like either team, but I'm going to take the Seahawks.
Saints.
Well, that was stupid. Then we have the Niners playing the Panthers. I'm gonna take the Niners. They just beat down on the Super Bowl champs last week, and they're just gonna beat the Panthers because the Panthers. I mean, CMC, he's probably gonna get injured in like the first play. He's probably gonna like break his ankle or something. I don't know, but Niners are getting the win.
Yeah, Niners are winning. Panthers suck. Baker Mayfield sucks. Yeah, 49ers.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Niners are going to win as well, coming off that win against the Rams. Even if they weren't, the Panthers really honestly suck, so.
San Francisco 49ers.
Then we got the Eagles playing the Cardinals. Battle of the Birds. I'm gonna take the Eagles. This one might be a high-scoring game if Kyler Murray decides to show up and play for once. And I mean, we've seen what the Eagles can do. Jalen Hurts. He's gonna put on a show, and they're gonna get the win.
Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a battle of the quarterbacks right here. But I think the Eagles are gonna come out on top.
I think this one will be a close game. I'm going to say it's going to go into overtime. I'm going to take Eagles on this one just because Jalen Hurts. And I just don't think the Cardinals will win this one.
Yeah, it will definitely be a close game, but Matt Prater is just going to kick a game-winning field goal in the fourth quarter, leading the Cardinals to victory. I mean, expect big numbers from both Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray, but Kyler Murray will put up even bigger numbers, and Matt Prater will just kick that field goal.
Then we have the Cowboys playing the Rams. And, I mean, I don't know what happened to the Rams defense. They gave up like 24 to the Niners, who had Jimmy G step out of the back of the end zone a couple weeks ago. And how do you give up 24 points? I don't know, but Cooper Rush is probably better than Jimmy G, and they're going to get the win against the Rams. It's going to be a little bit of an upset.
Let's be honest. The Rams defense sucks. Best tackle of the game from last week was when a streaker ran on the field. And Bobby Wagner had to truck the dude. So we're taking the Cowboys.
I mean, yeah, I'm going to take the Cowboys. The Rams, coming off of that loss that last game, I don't really have too much hope for them. I mean, it was kind of embarrassing for the Rams, so I'm going to take the Cowboys.
Looks like we're all going Cowboys because Cooper Rush is going to just really show the Rams what football is.
Then we have the Bengals playing the Ravens. As a Cincinnatian myself, this one, it's gonna be a little bit of a itty bitty weird game because I know the Bengals are kind of getting back on the groove. The Ravens have Lamar Jackson, but in the end, I'm taking the Bengals because I just think Jamar Chase, he's just gonna finally destroy the Ravens. The Ravens are going down, and they're just going to go down.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bengals. Joe Shiesty's coming back. The O-line's actually blocking for once. So, and also the Ravens suck. So, Bengals.
This one's going to be a close game. I'm going to take the Bengals. I have to. I doubted them once, and then they won. So I'm going to take the Bengals. It'll be a close game for sure, but I'm going to take the Bengals.
Yeah, for real. AFC North match, Cincinnati versus Baltimore. I mean, Cincinnati is going to know what's happening in Baltimore. Baltimore is not going to know what's happening in Baltimore. Cincinnati is really just going to just show them.
Then we have the Raiders playing at Kansas City Monday night. I mean, we don't even really have to talk about this because if Derek Carr can't even score a touchdown with all the weapons he has on offense, it doesn't matter how many touchdowns they score. No one's keeping up with the Chiefs' offense except like two teams, but the Raiders aren't one of the two teams. They're going to get destroyed. It's probably going to be like a 35-point game.
Yeah, I'm going with Chiefs. Raiders not looking too good. Derek Carr sucks, and Patty Mahomes is great.
I hate to say it, but yeah, Patrick Mahomes is definitely going to lead the Chiefs to the win on this one. The Raiders, not too good, so.
Yeah, definitely the Chiefs. Thank you for watching Inside the Huddle Week 4 recap and Week 5 predictions. Thank you to Nathan Stevens for coming on the show today. And yeah, I'm Owen Hurley.
I'm Evan Love.
I'm Nathan Stevens.
I'm Ryan Wilson. And that was it.